Aloha. So this is me, and this is my tourist visa story. So the first visa I have ever got was a tourist visa. So of course, to get that, you have to get an invitation letter, know where you're going, has a bunch of cash, and figure out what you're going to do in the United States. So once you do that, then you're going to apply for a tourist visa, and then hopefully they will accept you. Now know that with this tourist visa, you cannot stay here for longer than I think 90 days, and you cannot work, you cannot do any kind of schooling, there's no way to cheat the system. They will know, and if you overstay, pretty much it's over. So please don't do it. But for me, as you could see in the picture I showed you earlier, I was very, very young. So if you're young, if you're like a child or a young adult or even a student, it should be pretty straightforward because you have to have a strong tie with your home country to make sure you're going to come back. If you are, kind of middle aged after you graduated from college and you're unemployed, and let's say you don't have too much money to show, there's a very high probability that they're not going to give you a visa. They will say, no, we denied you. And once they deny you, it's going to be very hard to do anything. So please, when you come to apply for your visa and you come to embassy and ask for permission, if it pleases the crown, may it please come into that union, the United States, you better be prepared. So please don't mess this up. To get a tourist visa, sometimes you can get a waiver or an ESTER, but still, please be prepared and please plan on what you're going to do when you come back. Chances are, on your first visit to the United States, as soon as you get off the plane and you pick up your luggage, you're going to have to see this immigration person from TSA. So it's a travel authority, services, security, whatever it is. They're going to ask you some pretty in-depth detail. Do you have a return ticket? When are you going to go back? What's your purpose? Do you have a letter of invitation? You're going to have to do a whole bunch of different things to make sure that they're happy with you to be here just permanently. If you're here for like a work purpose, it's going to be pretty straightforward. But if you're here on like an invitation letter, make sure you don't fall in love and get married. I know some people that, fell in love on the tourist visa and stayed. It's okay if you have lots of cash to pay for attorney fees and try to find some kind of a weird way to stay here. But if you're like me, you're just trying to do, the basic minimum just to, get by, I recommend you do everything else you want to do. But with me, it was very easy to get this visa. I came over, I stayed for, a few weeks, and I came back. And that's kind of my story of how I got it, and how everything worked out. For me, I had a very good experience. I happened to, come to Utah. It's a great place. I recommend anybody come to Utah. But there are other great places like New York or Los Angeles. So please be smart. Don't overstay your visa. Don't do anything weird. And if you have any questions, subscribe and let me know how best I can answer your questions.